Hello and welcome to Ask the Patent Attorney here at patenthome.com. I'm sitting here with patent attorney Vince LoTempio of Kloss, Stanger, and LoTempio, which runs patenthome.com here. And how you doing, Vince?
Great, Nate. Hello out there in TV land. We wanted to try to do this new thing called Ask the Patent Attorney. So many times people come to our office and have pretty much the same questions as they come in. And you came up with the great idea of, let's go through the whole process where somebody's coming into the office from scratch, and we'll kind of go through the questions that they would ask. And maybe the show will evolve from there. But we're going to try to do this once a week, upload it to YouTube. Mm-hmm. How exactly does that work with the YouTube and uploading it?
It's very easy. And some shameless promotion, Vin here is also the author of, one of the authors of Patent Fundamentals for Scientists and Engineers, which you can get now, which has also got a lot of information for scientists and engineers looking to get patents. And we'll also be talking about that as the series goes on. And there's a lot of information of that there at the website on patenthome.com as well.
I'd like to thank Art Cookfair, who let me co-author this book. It's like the third edition. And although it's, originally started off just for scientists and engineers, when we rewrote it this summer, we paid particular attention to the new patent laws that are just signed into effect by President Obama last September, and we tried to make things as understandable as could be, and it's really directed at all inventors, not just scientists and engineers.
Okay. Well, without further ado, we're going to try to keep these to roughly about 10 minutes long, so let's get started. As Vin may have said, but as all of us, you're sitting at home on your couch, or you're down in your basement, wherever you're doing your work, and we all have ideas. We want to improve everything. We want to have, a necktie that ties itself, whatever it may be. And
automatic shoelaces.
They're tied. Well, what we wanted to do, as Vin said, we want to go through the process of just how you obtain a patent and how you work with a patent attorney like Vin here. And I guess my first question is, I have this idea. When do I call the patent attorney? When do I give you a call, Vin? Do I call you after I've built my invention, after I've taken a lot of steps, or do I call you when I just got a drawing on a napkin?
Well, you know what, Nate? You can call anytime you want. I'm always available. In fact, the 1-800 number goes right to my cell phone. You work with people, and I guess the bottom line is when you call a patent attorney, what we do is, what my deliverable service is to help you apply for a patent application. So, right from the beginning, you want to start preparing for filing that application. And maybe, you're a little further along than others. I always say, I don't know if you're a mother with a new baby bottle nipple or a team of engineers that are working for a big corporation that came up with this new idea, and you have your distribution, marketing, and manufacturing all lined up, and any place in between. And that's what I get on the phone, pretty much everything from that, in that whole range. And wherever you are, the bottom line is our goal is to file a patent application. And so, let's start with the idea that you're the mother with the new baby bottle nipple. You have no idea what to do, and you come into my office for the first time with some questions.
Yeah, so, I either give you a call or we can come right down to your office, and from what you're saying, you're going to treat me just the same. And what is how should I say this now? What is that the majority of people that you see? A single person, a single entity looking for
like I said, it's not, you hear everything from the person that first starts to the person that's ready to file it. In fact, people come sometimes with the whole application already, and they say, could you file this for me? And a lot of times it's in pretty good shape. Sometimes it's in terrible shape, and I have to rewrite everything from scratch. But everything, it all starts off with the idea. They call it the flash of brilliance. And I think what's the name of that movie, The Flash of Brilliance, or Flash of Genius, with the windshield wipers. You're sitting there, there's a problem, and all of a sudden it just hits you. It needs a solution to this problem, and I figured out what the solution is. And every patent application, reads pretty much the same way. It's there's a problem out there. People have tried to solve the problem. This is how they failed, and this is how I've solved it better than everybody else. And then as soon as you file that patent application, somebody's going to see your patent application. They're going to come up with a better idea, and they're going to, go a little, get the next step. This is how he tried to solve the problem. This is how he did it a little bit better. And that's basically what every patent application is. So it starts off with, has anybody ever done it exactly like you've done it before? Is it new? Are you the first person to come up with this idea?
So when I bring this idea to you, what's the next step? Vin, here's my idea. Mm-hmm. Where do we take it from here? It could be any idea. What is your reaction to that?
Well, first we look at it and we say, is it actual patentable subject matter? And there's certain categories. There's a design patent and there's a utility patent. And then you have to determine whether or not, if it's, the utility means use, what it does. And I always go back to the Coca-Cola bottle. You're the first person to invent a bottle. It's a container that holds a liquid. And now you have a utility patent for all containers that hold a liquid. That would be a pretty powerful patent. Now, Coca-Cola could also have a design patent on the sexy look of the bottle. And I'm sure if you're listening to this right now, you're envisioning what a Coca-Cola bottle looks like and what a Pepsi-Cola bottle looks like and a 7-Up bottle looks like. Now, those are pretty powerful in their own right because, those are big brands and people recognize it, and it's valuable to have their Coca-Cola in that shaped bottle. It's very valuable to them. So when somebody sees it on the shelf, they recognize it immediately. So although a design patent is just for the look and what it looks like, it can be a very powerful patent. But let's go back to the idea. Ideas aren't patentable. Things are. So my idea to beam me aboard the Starship Enterprise in 1966 couldn't get a patent on it. You couldn't get a patent on the flip phone in 1966 because it was just an idea. So now the question is, have you reduced your idea to practice? Could you make one? Did you make a prototype? And if you did, then chances are then it's a patentable subject matter. And then we'd have to go to the next step to see if it's already out there.
What if I didn't? Let's say I have this drawing, I give you the call, and you ask me the question, did I make it? And I say no.
Oh, well, you have to be the inventor. Only the inventor can get a patent. The person who invented, this is in fact reminds me of a question on the patent bar when I took that quite a few years ago now. I think, what was it, in the late 90s? But anyways, one of the questions was, if you took a vacation to Russia and you saw some old guy carving with a carving knife on the side of the road, and you've never seen that knife and never seen one in the store, and you decided to take that carving knife back to the U.S. and get a patent on it, well, you didn't invent it, so really you're not entitled to get a patent on something that you actually didn't invent yourself.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all the time we have today, and there's a couple things we wanted to talk about as far as this video series is concerned. We're going to be moving along, and we're going to have topics that start to go over the process of how we as inventors interact with a patent attorney, and how the process goes to taking your idea, turning it into something tangible that you can use, and working with the patent attorney to fill out the application and present it to the patent office. And we're going to be doing that over this series of shows, but we also encourage you to hit us up at the website with the email or the Facebook page and ask your own questions, or even on the YouTube page in the comments. If you ask a question, at the end of each show, we're going to try to answer a couple of them, right, Vince?
Absolutely. That's what I'd like to do. I'd love it if inventors out there were to type in some questions and ask us, and I'll be more than glad to come here and put it on the show. Hopefully, this is the first show of many, and we'll try to do this once a week and add 10 minutes of patent information into your life. We really appreciate you coming here, and we look forward to doing the show.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for checking us out. PatentHome.com is the website, and you can hit Vince's cell phone number right through the 1-800 number we presented right here, and we look forward to having you watch again and to your questions. Thanks again.
Yeah. Ask the patent attorney. I'm open for all questions.